A wise man once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." The last 3 months have been going nothing but ups, and we're about to see another bullish run for April. Now, is this the time that we should at least start to be considering the fact that, hey, maybe we should get ready for an eventual crash in the cryptocurrency market? Well, I want to bring this article to your attention right here. If you're a Canadian, you definitely want to pay attention to what we're going to talk about this video. Well, in today's video, we're going to explore about a growing concern when it comes to regulation in cryptocurrencies in Canada. I'm also going to make 2 bold predictions in this video coming up after the intro. What's up, guys? This is JC and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. It is imperative that we learn how to manage our money, because once we learn how to manage our money, we can take control of our true wealth, which is our time and our freedom. This is exactly why I created the Wealth Engineering School and this channel. We pay attention to stocks and crypto to find the best place to grow your portfolio. If this is something that interests you, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. We're almost at 700 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed yet and you're watching this video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. Definitely going to help the channel grow, and I can provide more videos like this more consistently. To my subscribers, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the Wealth Engineering community. I know why you're here. We're going to have to pay attention to this growing concern going on with cryptocurrencies in Canada. I have an article ready for you. If you're new here and you don't know how to start investing, make sure you check the links in the description below. Without further ado, you came here for the truth. Let's just dive deep into it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave the link to this article in the description below. If you are a Canadian and you are invested in cryptocurrencies, you definitely want to pay attention to this. Now, I'm pretty sure the US is already been affected with regulation when it comes to cryptocurrencies. That's why Binance had to create a separate product called Binance.us, where they offer different types of cryptos that is not offered in their main website, Binance.com. And that was one way to navigate towards the regulation that came for the cryptocurrencies by the SEC last year. Now, this year, it's Canadian term. We're seeing some massive gains in the cryptocurrency market. We had a lot of stimulus check that was given to people the last year, and a lot of people have been looking into stocks and crypto to invest this money. When it comes to gain, well, there is massive gains happening in the cryptocurrencies right now. So the government is definitely desperate for tax, and they're looking for methods to capture more income when it comes to the tax that they can collect for cryptocurrencies. Now, one common trend that's been happening since the inception of cryptocurrencies is a lot of people are not actually declaring the gains that they're getting from the cryptocurrencies, because essentially it wasn't an official asset class to begin with, and it slowly graduated towards there. This year, we've seen a lot of large institutions jumping into cryptocurrencies. So that's definitely create some sort of safety and validation, where the government now is starting to look into it and be like, okay, now we're going to have to regulate this because it's getting too high, it's getting out of hand. And this is where this article comes in. So I'm not going to read everything here. I definitely want to bring your attention to a couple points I've seen here, but if you want to read everything, make sure you click on the link below. It's going to be an interesting read. Now, it starts by saying, hey, cryptocurrency industry participants are warning that recent guidelines imposed by Canadian securities regulators on crypto trading platform could lead foreign-based platform to block Canadian users rather than complying with the regulations. Now, this is very important. So I talk a lot about crypto.com, which is technically a foreign-based platform that allows people to convert Canadian dollar into cryptocurrencies that they offer. Now, I'm not too worried about crypto.com because they don't really have a lot of cryptocurrencies on their platform. It's about 80. And also, I'm pretty sure if they want to do business in Canada, they will be gladly sharing information to the government when it comes to the purchase, buys, and sells. But when it comes to a platform like Binance, which is very, very popular in Canada, because that's almost the only way Canadians can go and have global access to all of the smart projects and small projects that are in the cryptocurrency industry. So A project like Binance, if it was affected by regulations like this, it could be a huge problem. And they're saying it here. Foreign crypto exchange giants such as Coinbase, Binance, Gemini are very popular in Canada because they offer a wide range of assets and generally more favorable to buy and sell rates. So that's very true. There's the rates to buy and sell cryptocurrencies on Binance are very interesting, to say the least. Some of the lowest in the industry. On Monday, the Canadian Security Administration, an umbrella group of all 13 provincial and territorial securities regulator, released guidelines compelling all crypto trading platforms, including non-Canadians one, to register with the relevant authorities and bring their operation into compliance. Now this is something that made the news a couple days ago about regulation for cryptocurrencies, and it's not something that I was to worry about. Now, what I really want to bring your attention to is what Mr. Mosov was saying. This guy is a CEO of a Toronto-based, some capital group, but is also a member of the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization of Canada. Some sort of long name that sounds super imposing, but hey, it is reasonable and likely to expect that many of the big foreign platforms will not want to comply to Canadian securities legislation and will instead shut off access to Canadian investors. Now, this is big because Binance has an history of doing this, especially when we look at what's happening in the US. Well, the US was such a big market that they decided to create a different platform that is called Binance.us. But there are many cryptocurrencies. Some of the people that I know in US, they cannot access something like Tether and T-Fuel. I know a lot of people in the US that want these cryptos. They want to buy more of it, but their platforms are not making it accessible to them. Something like Coinbase, something like Binance.us, it's not very accessible to them. So what they're doing instead is they're going to DeFi network. They're going to some sort of wallet that allow them to swap any sorts of cryptocurrencies for the cryptocurrencies that they want. And that leads me to two big predictions that I will be making in this video. First prediction that I'll make is as we're going in this bull run, because this bull run is happening very fast, all right? As we're heading towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, we're going to be at the top of the bull run. And we can agree that the bull run is a bubble, all right? It's a cryptocurrency bubble. We've seen many of these in the past. And usually there is always something that pops that bubble. And I believe this growing concern of regulation in cryptocurrencies, it's something that's going to be global. Like, it's not just the US. You can see right now Canada is thinking about it. I'm sure throughout the year, China might say something about it. If any big countries in Europe are also joining the bandwagon, then we may have a rally for the government to insist and impose regulation on cryptocurrency platform like Binance, like Coinbase, like Gemini, and so on, right? Now, this could be a trigger that pop the bubble and that lets the air blow out. And again, once that happens, you're going to see price crash 50%, even 80% in some cases. So this is something to keep in mind. It's something to keep in mind as this story is evolving. It's something that I'm going to keep a close attention on because I want to time the end of the cycle and understand when is the best time to exit this market so that I don't get affected by this. Now, one other advice I'll give is if you have your cryptocurrencies in platforms like Binance, you definitely want to exit those platforms. You want to transfer your cryptocurrencies into wallets that you control. And by wallets, I mean whether it's a cold wallet like a Ledger or whether it's a digital wallet, you want to make sure that you have your seed phrase. You have your private key. Your private key is your seed phrase that you can import this data into a new platform in your cell phone or whatever it is. But you need to have that seed phrase because that's how you truly own your cryptocurrency. So make sure you do this. Ledger.com or a Ledger is the one I use a lot. Make sure you have things like this so that you can transfer cryptocurrencies in a safe place where you can control them, because you don't want to have your money, and especially if it's a lot of money, in an exchange that is foreign to Canada. Now, before I reveal that second bold prediction, we're going to have to continue with this article. Just have one more thing to show you. It's saying here that the Global and Mail asked several popular foreign crypto platforms that offers services in Canada, including Coinbase, Binance, FTX Exchange, and Gemini, if they had begun registering with Canadian regulators or intended. Only Coinbase responded saying that it does, not having anything to share on this topic right now, but might have more to discuss in the future. Now, this is very interesting because we know that Coinbase is about to be listed in the stock market. We have this article right here, and I'll also leave that in a link in the description below. Make sure to check it out. Crypto exchange Coinbase sets to direct listing for April 14. So that's why they're not really making any announcement in Canada right now. They're more focusing on what they're about to do in the US. But this move is a very good move for them because now the SEC can have more eyes on what they're doing, make sure that they are listing themselves in a public market in the US, one of the largest market in the world. They're basically already in line to comply with the government's requirement, and that will also be the same in Canada. Now, the advantage for them is if they can increase the amount of cryptocurrencies that they can provide on their platform, that will definitely be a huge market for them in Canada. That will also increase their stocks. Very important to keep in mind. Remember, we pay attention to stocks and crypto here. And hey, they're about to be listed on the NASDAQ. So it's a great market for them. But what does that mean for the other platforms like Binance? It's very likely that Binance might block access to Canadians. On top of that, if other countries decided to follow suit at the same time as Canada is doing so, we might see a chain reaction that could pop up, that bubble, and that could possibly be at the end of the year, kind of like when we're closing the fiscal cycle, or maybe on Q1 of 2022, just before the tax declaration. We might see something like that happening in that time frame. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. And the other big prediction that I'll make is, should this happen, it's going to make DeFi explode even higher. I would definitely recommend you guys to check out DeFi projects, because if this happens, you're going to have something like Uniswap, Atomic Swap, all these projects that are doing DeFi, that are decentralized platforms where you can trade cryptocurrencies, are going to the moon, because they're definitely going to be needed, and they might be the only way Canadians and US citizens might have access to cryptocurrencies that are available right now at a very low price before the mass consciousness is aware about it. With that said, we'll talk on the next video.